But what we're going to talk about is I want everyone to be ready to share. All right. And we're going to talk about our successes during the holiday season. And we're going to talk about our failures during the holiday season. They're really good things to discuss. Failures are so great to discuss. And it's at BodBabes, we don't beat ourselves up about failures. We learn from failures, right? We all fail. If you guys think that I don't fail, oh my God, I fail all the time. I had a new client come on today. Melanie came on and she said, how long, because I always said I didn't want to be one of those workout people. And she said, how long was it before you started liking working out? I'm like, I don't remember how long it was, but it flipped. There was like a switch that flipped one sometime. I don't know when, but there are still days that I don't want to do it. There are still days I love the gym some days, and then other days, oh my gosh, I hate it. I just don't want to go. I'd rather sit and get my work done or do something else, you know? So if there's ever days that you guys feel like I don't want to go, just know that's normal. It's normal. I fail sometimes, and there have been days I haven't gone that I should have went for sure. All right. I should have got up and went, and I did not go. So if you guys think I'm not tempted by food, you're wrong about that. If you guys think I had a perfect holiday and just did everything right, you're wrong about that. But I did do pretty good, and I didn't do awful this year. But there have been times when I have been so awful that I have literally said, oh my gosh, I'm really failing. Hold on. Let me take these cookies and this fudge over to the neighbor kids right this second. Because I knew if I kept it in my house one more minute that I would be eating it again and again and again. So anyways, so I have failed too. So let's discuss it and really, let me get everything right here. Hold on one second and we'll be good to go. So who wants to share some successes first? I see you biting at the bit, Michelle. Come on. Oh, look at all these ladies coming on. Woohoo! All right. So all you have to do is unmute your mic and let's talk. I've got Melissa's mic unmuted. Alyssa, can you talk?
Hey, yeah.
Hey girl, what you doing?
Hi, I'm about to go for a walk.
All right, so cool. So tell me about your successes, girlfriend.
It's been a really fun Thanksgiving because it was the first time that I was excited about the turkey. Because I was thinking, oh my gosh, my lean protein. Plus, I just cheaped out. I don't want to say cheaped out, but I just ordered green beans from Whole Foods. I was like, I don't want to make a green bean casserole. I don't want a million things laying around. So we have a bag full of green beans that I just take out of the fridge and eat like potato chips. It's so fun. I've never done that. Thanksgiving is my stuffing and pumpkin pie and mashed potato and cranberry, heaven. And I was like, if I eat these first, then we'll see if I want those. And then I don't want them.
Wow.
Or I do an eighth of a slice of pie one day and count it in with my carbs, and it's fun. Instead of I ate half a pie and I'm quietly hiding in the, refrigerator. It's been so different having protein as my main focus for the holiday.
Yeah. So for those of you that are new, our focus on the holiday was to eat whatever we wanted on that day, right? So we ate whatever we wanted, but Alyssa, she is just so driven like that she is a little bit different than some of us, and that's okay too, as long as you can celebrate that, right? We don't want, this is a lifestyle, and if we look at it like a diet to where we can't have the holiday, it is not going to work, ladies. It's not. It's awful. I've tried that before. How many of you have tried to be on a diet during the holidays? Like a real diet? Like, well, yeah, I see those hands, like fad diets where you can't, they suck. Valerie's going, no. Alyssa, I'm proud of you, hon. There's a reason you look like you do and your body has transformed like it has. And that just shows your commitment and dedication. I'm so proud of you. That's
I
great.
did, just to be clear, I did eat everything I wanted on Thanksgiving. This is
Good.
the 5 days after because I always have so many leftovers. So that was a
Uh-huh.
big win. Yeah.
That is so good. That's very good. Very good. I get it. So very good. Proud of you. That's great. You didn't feel guilty on Thanksgiving, did you?
Not at all. I had a blast.
Good. That's great.
I tried
Yeah.
both my pies and I had a lot of wine.
Good. That's good. Wonderful news. Valerie, Val, what were you going to say earlier?
Well, I was traveling for Thanksgiving for like 5 days. I was in Dallas visiting my daughter, so I made a deal with her. It's like, okay, let's do my program, which she's delighted. She's got the egg bite recipe, and she's like, Mom, I love these. So
Good.
we did breakfast and lunch together, you know, on track. I didn't track anything, but then we went out to eat for dinner 5 nights. So I think I stayed okay. I didn't get on the scale because I'm like, nope, not doing it. So, but they did notice also, even though I've just lost like 5 pounds, the inches part of it. They're like, how much weight did you lose? I'm like, only 5 pounds. They're like, well, that's a lot. But they could tell like around my legs and my midsection. So that was pretty cool.
That is very cool. That's
Yes.
awesome. So you had
Yes.
a good Thanksgiving. Sounds like you had an awesome
I
Thanksgiving.
did. Yes. Yep. I enjoyed. And I didn't feel guilty or I wasn't hard on myself like I usually would be. It's like, oh man, it's like, nope, it's okay. We're going to get back on track. I just made more egg bites this evening and the yummy chicken salad. So I'm good for that now. So,
Good job. Yeah, we want to have a healthy relationship with food.
yes.
Man, I remember, so many times I was so strict, and then I would eat like a brownie or something, some potato chips, and I would eat them, and it was just almost like I just couldn't control it. I got to have them, and I am just cramming them down my throat and not really even enjoying them because I know like the guilt is there still. And then after I eat them, then I'm like, "Ah, I shouldn't have done that." And then like the next day, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get on the scale, and I felt so guilty over it. And I want us to get rid of that. It doesn't mean that, that we'll eat anything coming and going. Actually, whenever we get a good relationship with food, a good relationship where we don't beat ourselves up all the time, it becomes less like that. Oh my God, I gotta have. Because I say, if I want a brownie, I'm going to have a brownie and I enjoy it. I mean, whereas before I would just be whoop, eating 4 or 5 of them real quick and stuffing them in there. And now I slow down and I really taste the brownie. I enjoy the brownie. I'm like just getting all the flavors of it. And I can choose to do this. And somehow just that thought helps me have so much control and so much peace over it. And I know that it's okay, that it doesn't make me fail, that I'm not a failure, that it's a lifestyle. And I want to enjoy my life in balance. And that's what this is about, balance, right? Yeah. Who else did great on the holiday? Who has a success to tell us about? Stacey, I know you do, girl. Can you unmute and talk for a minute? Let's see if I can ask you to unmute. Let's see. Hold on.
I figured out how to do it, Allie.
There you go.
I
Go
figured
ahead.
out,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, I don't want to interrupt if she
Nope,
wants to
that's
go,
all right.
but I
You go
can
ahead.
tell others how to do it because I can see everybody. But if I click on just you,
Uh-huh.
pops up if you're on your phone, it pops up on the bottom of my screen, the mute and all the choices in the chat and all those things if I click on just you.
Okay.
So if that helps anyone.
Yeah.
I hosted this year and it was a small affair, but you want to have the things that people want. And the two things I would consider the success food wise was one was I don't particularly like green bean casserole. I mean, I can take it or leave it. We ate it as a kid. I remember loving it as a kid, and I think as an adult, I just don't enjoy it as much. But I made it for my family, but I also just had steamed green beans, and I was so happy that I didn't have to eat the green bean casserole and all the fatty gluck with that, you know? The other thing is my weakness at Thanksgiving isn't dessert, it's the stuffing. And so and I'm telling you, like, I could eat just the stuffing and nothing else and be happy about it. I could eat it for a week afterwards. I would fry it in butter. I would steam it and add butter. I would just eat it cold. I love it. And
Mm.
so, what I did was I made half as much as I normally make. So like if you're thinking in terms of like a bag of breadcrumbs, I would usually use two, even
Mhm.
just for 3 or 4 people. I would use 2 bags. That's a lot of stuffing. It's a
It is.
huge amount of stuffing after you add everything. I did 1 bag. I had some with dinner. Not an extraordinary amount, but I had about a cup of it. And
Mhm.
I had a cup of it the next day. And I threw it out after that.
Whoa,
So
good
I
job.
was like, you guys got to go in on it because it's going in the trash after today.
Mhm.
So I threw it out. I was like, I can't even have I just it's one of those things. I just know I can't have it in the house. So
Mhm.
um and I'll let other people go. I'm desperately trying to pull up something that I'm hoping that we have time that I'd like to read to you guys that a
Yeah.
motivational thing that landed in my inbox the day after Thanksgiving that I thought would help everybody. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Hold on to that.
I
We'll share
will.
just a little bit.
Yep.
So very good. I mean, you did what we talk about. We had Thanksgiving and then we were done. I used to have Thanksgiving and then Thanksgiving the next day and the next day and the next day, all the leftovers. And that's why I would gain 5 to 10 pounds every year because I did that with Christmas and I did my birthdays in October. So October was a feast. November was a feast. December was a feast. Then the new year was, oh, it's the new year. I got to be drunk. Drinking a lot and bringing in the new year. And then February 14th would roll around and I was going to have a date with Wade. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? Break out the Spanx. We're going to have to wear 2 or 3 sets of Spanx to get back in that. Awful, awful, awful thing. So I had to, I'm glad you said that, Michelle, because it is. It's like, I always tell the ladies here, if you're new, if you can control it, like I can control peanut M&Ms, I can put them in my home, and whenever I feel like I need something sweet, if I want a couple M&Ms of those, I can handle it. If I've got Lay's chips in this house and it is a family bag, I am down. I mean, I'm on the couch like the Cookie Monster. I can't bring those things in my house. I'm like, nope. I have dumped them out the window of the kitchen, just let the bag just dump out and stuff because I'm like, I can't control that. I love that you took control, Michelle, because that's what it's about. Finding your balance. You enjoyed it, but enough was enough. I'm not going to let it sabotage me and stop me from my goals. Good job. Who else has a victory that they had on Thanksgiving or around that day? Come on, ladies. Come on.
I got my mic to work now.
Go on, girl.
So I did what you had mentioned about putting the protein first.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure that I had probably more than what I needed of protein, but I really stocked up on the protein. And then till I was through with the protein part of it, I really didn't crave many sides or side
Yeah.
dishes. And I did allow myself one dessert without being guilty.
Yeah. Good.
Um, and I know you said not to step on the scale,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not one that lets the scale control me, but I actually lost weight after
Wow.
Thanksgiving.
Wow. Has that happened before or do you know?
No, usually it's always a gain.
Me too, usually. In
Yeah.
the past, yeah, not for the last 6 years. Well, maybe for the last, not for the last probably 3 or 4. Yeah, only probably 3 or 4. But that's great. That is
Yeah.
great news. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing so good, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Who else has a victory they want to talk about? Success.
Well, I'll talk a little bit. My name is Patty. I'm new.
All right. Hey,
Um,
Patty.
Hi, just a couple days, and Thanksgiving wasn't bad. It did kind of bring me to a point, a reminder of just that I was looking for support, and then I found you guys, found you. So I was
Mhm.
looking for accountability is what I was looking for. I'd already lost actually 33 pounds, and then I had gained a few pounds back, and then yeah, and so I like that accountability, and I felt like at Thanksgiving, I actually helped my daughters cook and stuff. And it wasn't that I was out of control. It was just I felt like I feel better when I have accountability. And so anyways, my success I feel is that I came on board and knew that it was important so I could continue my journey versus stall and go backwards.
100%. That is a victory. You know, I have people that say, why would you start this on the holiday? I always say it's the best time because if you can do it at a holiday, if you can learn it at a holiday, you can do it the rest of the year. I mean, the holidays are hard. So,
Yeah, I was a big junk food addict and candy and stuff. And that's May 11th is when that's when I stopped eating sugar, like the chocolate, like the candy bars and that kind of stuff. So I'm okay there. It's the portion control now. So I'm
yeah.
trying to find balance in that.
Yeah. Well, that is definitely a win for you. Coming on a program like this at Thanksgiving. Really, great job. Great job.
Thank you.
The other ladies who are on here too, who just came on, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, that's a victory, a big one. Who else has something they'd like to talk about, a success? We'll take one more. Come on, ladies, celebrate yourself now. Come on.
I'll say something.
Go right ahead, Crystal.
I just ate. I went and I ate. We have a big, very large family. Everybody brought something. We had turkey, we had salad, we had sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes. I brought the macaroni and cheese for my daughter's request, and my grandmother's pumpkin pie recipe. I had just a little bit of everything. I had one full plate, but a little bit of everything. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So maybe not really a real health wise, success, but everything got left there. I came home with nothing and then picked up right where I was supposed to be. So
That's a win.
I enjoyed it. That was my cheat day. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That is so good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm glad you came home and got right back on it.
that's it. That's it.
That's good. That's a win. That's a big win for sure. All right. Now, everybody know that we all didn't win the whole time. And some of us had a hard time getting back on it. And that's okay. All right. But let's discuss it. What problems? Who feels like they failed or had a failure? Let's speak up. Come on. Let's talk about it. And when we talk about things like this, we don't talk about them to belittle ourselves at all. We talk about them to know that how to fix things. I will tell you one of mine. I would go, well, number one, my biggest problem was I always want to take leftovers home with me. If I wasn't hosting, I was filling up plates and taking it, and I was eating on it for days. And that was a problem for me. That was one of my big things. But one of the things that has really caused me the most failure is all the days after the holidays. Like we went to Wade's parents 2 days ago to help him decorate their tree. And his sisters came over and I hadn't had lunch. Well, I knew that they were going to have stuff there. And I'm like, okay, I already had Thanksgiving. I'm not about to have another Thanksgiving, or Christmas. I knew they were bringing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? It wasn't my cheat meal. I didn't want it to be my cheat meal for the week. And so what I did is something that I did not used to do. What I used to do was I would just go there and know that it was going to be hard for me, but I would think I'm going to do really good. And then I would fail. And I wouldn't be prepared. And I would say, well, nobody brought anything I could eat and I was hungry. And then I just went overboard with it. So what I did and what I've been doing, what I did 2 days ago was I took some food with me. I knew I needed to eat lunch. And yes, it looked a little bit weird, but I said, hey, I brought some food with me if you guys want some of it too. And I just offered to share my food. They didn't want mine because it wasn't brownies and chest pie and all that stuff. They didn't want it. And so I ate that. And his sister had brought chicken salad from one of the local coffee shops. They make the best chicken salad and croissants. Well, I ate my food and then I was really good. And I thought, I think I'm going to have a chicken croissant, just one of the little ones. And I had one. And I had eaten so much good food that that's all I had room for. And I was like, I walked away from there. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. I did not feel deprived. And that's important to not feel deprived. And I didn't fail like I always have because I prepared myself. I also took something to drink because I knew that they would have Coke and I would just open a thing of Coke. And I thought, I'm not doing it. I'm going to bring myself something to drink. And I did. So I brought myself coconut water, which nobody really likes but me. So I brought that and drank that. And I was just fine. So that's one thing that I've learned to do is, I guess, take control. And I've had to learn that the hard way. Take control of my diet, not to rely on someone else to bring something for me that I could eat. You know what I mean? And then have an excuse. So I am preparing myself to succeed in that instance. So how many of you feel like there was a failure? And if there was, what was it? And let's discuss it. Hey, go ahead, speak up, girl.
Hi, Allie. Hi,
Hey.
Cindy here in Orlando, Florida. So I won't say it's a failure per se, but you know what I do? And I don't know if anybody else does this too. I'm really good about exercising. So Thanksgiving morning, I exercised. I got my 4 miles in, but then I ate like crazy the rest of the day. I ate what I wanted Thursday, and then I did it Friday too. But I exercise, and because I'm good about that, I find that I tell myself, oh, you can have a little bit more. You exercised, so that's something that I do quite a bit, and I'm trying to get better, because just because we exercise doesn't mean we need to eat more. And I tend to do that a lot. So I don't know if anybody else has that same problem. But
Yeah, I have in the past. I had to change that because of that. Now you're seeing great successes, and so that's great. But at some point, the closer you get to your goal, the harder it is to get to your goal.
yes.
And when you have that mentality, have you heard the saying, you can't out exercise a bad diet?
Yes,
So true.
it is.
So true. It will stop you. And it's frustrating. And, getting to our goal is hard. Now, when we get to our goal, to keep that isn't like it is now. Right now, we're in the push. I mean, it's hard. I'll teach you how to keep that and not have to live like you're living right now. It's so much easier to maintain once you know what you're doing than it is to get to your goal. But right now, you're in the push. So you can't be doing it,
I know. And then when we talked, Allie, we had our call Saturday, and I told you, Allie, I ate so bad and so much. I don't even want to eat bad anymore. It was that bad. But I've been eating good since Saturday. So I'm back on track. But I do that a lot. I self-sabotage because I
Uh,
exercise and I do it first thing in the morning, and then I think, oh, I could have a little bit more. So I do that a lot, and I got to get better.
yeah, get better with it. But I'll tell you what, you're doing great. I'm so proud of you. You're making great moves forward. So hey, it's all good. You just got to tweak it a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man, thank you for sharing. Anybody else have anything they want to discuss? Just unmute your mic and speak up.
I
Can you-
think the hardest, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay.
Can you just touch base on, I heard you say a couple different times, or a couple of you talked about eating protein first. So were you talking about how you approach like a big meal, such as Thanksgiving, to go for the protein first and fill up on that and then go to the sides? Is that what you were talking about?
Yep, I didn't do that on Thanksgiving and it wasn't required.
Okay.
But Stacy did, and some of the ladies did, so they'd eat less calories. So
Okay.
they would fill up on the lean part of the turkey or something like that. And that, because we're always concerned about protein here because we want to build muscle mass and hold on to muscle mass when we're
Yeah.
on a calorie cut. And so that's a great trick, is to eat your protein, get it in first. Then by the time you eat that, I mean, whew, you are full, And it's hard to really, whenever I eat my protein first, I don't have to really worry about eating much dessert because I'm pretty full and I'll
Okay.
feel satisfied, you know?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Tracy says she's at the gym. And Tracy, I want you to know how proud of you I am. I have seen your numbers with your workouts and everything. I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job. But she's at the gym. I saw her there working out, and she wrote in the chat, I made sure I ate a high protein breakfast. That is great. Yeah. So some of us took the whole day, and that is fine. Some of us took one meal, and that is fine. That's what I did. I used to back in the day, I ate cinnamon rolls for breakfast every holiday, Christmas and Thanksgiving. And then I would just have whatever I wanted for lunch and then I have a big meal with family. But this year I did not do that. I stayed on track, and that's a great idea. Tracy she had a high protein breakfast. Great job. It helps you the rest of the day too. Starts you out with your blood sugar levels staying pretty stable. So that's a great tip. Good job. Who else had something? Unmute your mic and speak up.
I was just going to say that I think that thing I had the hardest time with wasn't so much the food, because I knew I was going to enjoy Thanksgiving, and I enjoyed it. I don't feel like I even overindulged that much. I ate dessert, which I don't usually eat dessert. I'm not a big dessert. Like, sweets are not my problem. Like, and I know you follow some of the stuff I do. Like, I've been taking cookie decorating classes, and it doesn't even affect me because I could care less about eating them. I just give them away. I take them into work and I give them away, and it makes people happy. But so the dessert part wasn't a problem, but the biggest problem that I had was getting back on track exercising. I felt so like, just, I don't know. And it wasn't even sluggish from food. It was just like so chilled and relaxed and I'm in Michigan, so it's cold here. It's very cold. It was like 30 degrees here today. So, it's getting harder to step out in the morning because I'm a morning workout person. It's getting harder for me to step out in the morning and go to the gym. And I guess it wasn't a complete failure because what I ended up doing was just picking up weights at home, and I figured that was better than nothing. But I almost feel like I'm cheating by doing that. I feel like I need to get my butt into the gym,
Yeah.
So,
So that happens, and it is very common every year. When weather gets cold, we don't want to go out. And the older I get, the more I hate cold, right? And that is so true. One thing that we can do is you don't have to go outside to walk. We can walk in our house. I've got some step videos that are on YouTube that I found. I'm going to tell you they're awesome. There's these two ladies and they walk together and they're outside, but you can walk on inside. And I think the one video has 4,100 steps. It's crazy. And they're just fun and they have music along with it. So those are videos that I can offer everybody here. They're fun. They help you get your steps in, whether you have a treadmill or even not. And another thing that you can do is work out from home. Like Michelle said, if you're bound and determined, there's a lot of times in Michigan when you cannot get out and get to the gym. The weather is that bad. I'm from Ohio, so I know Tennessee is not really usually like that. That's where I live now. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to get out sometimes. And so do a home workout. If you have just gym workouts and you're afraid that you're not going to make it to the gym, ask me for some home workouts. If you've never done Caroline Gervin's workouts, oh my gosh, she is built like a rock star. And there's a reason for it. That woman is awesome. And if she can look like that from working out the way she does, you don't have to be sad about working out at home, Michelle. You're going to get good results. You just got to push yourself. And I love it because Caroline has some of the toughest workouts. She has a new program out called PE, and it will kick anybody's butt. It is awesome. And we have clients doing that program, some on iron and all kinds of our programs, but the new PE program, I mean, they're seeing major results with this program. So there's some great home workouts. Don't be afraid of them. If you need them, I'm right here. I will supply them to you all day, every day. All right. And even put them in your app. Before we go, I'm going to give one more person, whoever wants to speak up real quick, and then we're going to let Michelle share her inspiring post. Anybody else want to say something else? Just unmute your mic and speak up. Well, before Michelle finishes out here and leaves us with this post, I want to tell you, ladies, what an honor it is to be your coach, and what an honor it is to see you fighting for you. The person you need to impress most in this whole world is yourself, the older version of you. I want you to look back when you're older and go, you know what I did when I was 50 something, or I was 40 something, or I was 60 something. We've even got clients here in their 70s. You want to talk about cool? That's freaking cool. Are you kidding me? How cool is that? That's not a typical 70-year-old. I love it. So proud of you ladies for fighting for yourself, making yourself a priority. So proud of you. Listen, if you're in the little black dress challenge, we've got 11 days till we try our dresses on. 11 days, December 14th. And you know what? It's all good. No matter what we did when we show up there, we're going to be proud of ourselves. I've seen you women fighting for yourself. And we're going to be proud no matter where we are. We're going to celebrate ourselves. We've really tried hard. It's been a beautiful journey to see you guys fighting for yourself like that. All right, Michelle, please share.
All right, don't laugh, but this was really timely and really good. But every Monday I get an email, don't laugh, from Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's a Monday motivation. And this was so good. It came yesterday and it was so good. I almost posted it in the accountability group, but it would be too long to put there, but it's a quick read. It says, yesterday we all flipped our calendars to December. We have 1 month left in 2024, and you have a choice to make. Are you going to finish this year strong? Or are you going to hibernate and then promise yourself January will be different? You know my choice. I'm charging through the finish line because there is nothing magic about January 1. The only magic is the work we do right now. This time of year, a lot of people decide to coast. Then January 1st, they make their resolutions. Studies show that up to 92% of New Year's resolutions fail. And I believe that's because we should be honest about what resolutions are. Pure procrastination. It's a way to say I'm going to do better instead of saying I will do better right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. You know what you want or need to work on. Maybe it is training consistently. Maybe it is meditating. Maybe it is eating better to lose a few pounds. Maybe it is reading more books. Whatever it is, you can start working on it right now. You have a month to get a head start. Do you really believe that if you're not willing to do the work right now, that you'll be willing to do it in January? No, you'll end up being part of the 92%, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can start building your habits right now. You can work all month to set yourself up for success for next year. And yes, I know there will be some breaks for travel and some holiday cheat meals, and I believe there should be. I also believe we do the work every other day with our routines to set ourselves up for the trips and the delicious foods. So today you can make a choice. I want you to be part of the 8% of the people who succeed in your goals next year. I can inspire you and I can share the best tools and information in the world. I just can't do the work for you. Your work starts today. Get going, finish strong.
So good.
I
So
thought
good.
it was good.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for sharing that. We want to leave this year with success. I don't want to leave another year with regret. I don't. I want to be kicking it going into the new year. I do. That's how I want to live the rest of my life, is no more regrets. Before we go, just a second more. There's hard. We got to choose our hard. You guys have probably heard that many times. And if you're around BodBabes, you'll hear it again and again. Choose your hard. There's a hard of staying where you are, where you used to be. Remember that place before you came on and started fighting for yourself, or before you took this journey somewhere, wherever you started. Look back. Remember the hard. I can remember the hard. Looking in the mirror, despising myself, the way I spoke to myself in my head. I have never spoken to anyone like that. It's awful. The way I felt about myself, my confidence in the toilet, all of those things. My heart was just sad. And I didn't have hope. I didn't feel good. I didn't look good. I'm getting ready to share pictures with you guys that I have never shared because I have been so embarrassed of them. All the different versions of me, my ribs just poking out. I was so skinny. Awful. I looked sickly. To obese. Well, I don't know if I was considered obese, but I was big. My face just, it doesn't even look like me. I saw a picture of me and my brother the other day. So I have been there. That's hard. This hard right here, fighting for me, that's hard too. But the benefits, oh my God, they pay off. The confidence, the belief I began to build in myself again. It's changed my whole life. That this is hard, ladies. I'm not going to tell you BodBabes and fighting for yourself is easy. It's not. It's hard. It is so hard, but it's the payoff on the other side. Oh my God, you deserve that. We have one short life, one here on this earth, and we get to choose whether we're going to have regret, and that's hard, or choose if we're going to have success, and that's hard. I choose success. And I want you to keep choosing it for you again and again and again. Because you can succeed. And I believe in you. And it's time to start believing in yourself and proving to yourself that you can. You really can. I love you, ladies. Thank you for joining me. It was a great group tonight. Thank you for sharing, everybody. And let's move forward. Let's go into this new year killing it. All right, ladies, talk to you soon. Bye.